So if you follow cryptocurrency, if you follow Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, any digital currency, you probably already know that over the last month, the market has been volatile, to say the least, and that's been kind. The price of Bitcoin and all other digital currencies has been going down. You've seen the price of Bitcoin going from, it was close to $20,000, so way down to 8,600 as I record this video. And historically, there has always been a dip in January, but obviously this has been a major dip. Now, a lot of people are, alarmed by this. A lot of people who did have Bitcoin have sold. A lot of people who had Ethereum and other coins have sold as well. And what I've noticed over the last month or so is that the whole market is very easily influenced by news, by speculation. And if you look at the stories, it's pretty clear that all the people who are putting out negative stories are people that are going to be negatively affected by Bitcoin. And all the people that are putting out positive stories are people who believe in cryptocurrency. Now, I believe in cryptocurrency. I believe it's a good thing. And I also believe that it's here to stay whether you like it or not. But it becomes apparent after a while that the people that are, saying negative things about it, I would say the vast majority of them are, going by hearsay. So if you see something negative about Bitcoin, it'll say, oh, the market's going to crash, the market's going to do this or that. There's no facts there. It's just what this particular, investor or trader believes. And you can go and see, a trader saying the complete opposite. But if you look at major corporations, major news websites in the UK, The Guardian, Independent, all that, they always seem to pick the investor or the trader or the so-called expert that believes it's going to crash. But on the other side, you have those who speak positively about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, about digital currency, cryptocurrency. And it becomes clear after a while that those people that are speaking positively are not talking about speculation. They're not talking about markets and bubbles and dips and things like that. They're talking about the possibilities of what can be achieved with cryptocurrency. Just the reason why I'm talking about all this is because I'm invested in it. And if I take my camera here, so I've got my main PC that's mining, and I've got another couple of rigs there. I'll show you this all in more detail one day, guys, but that's what's going on. So I'm making money through digital currency. I've invested in it. This is something I wanted to do several years ago, and then I went traveling and I didn't do it. But I do believe in it now. And this is the thing. I do think that those who are speaking positively about cryptocurrency, most of the people, they tend to stick to the facts. So why do I believe in cryptocurrency? Well, when you first look at Bitcoin, when you first look at cryptocurrency, if you just check BBC, Independent, Guardian, all these, in the USA, CNN, and all these kind of things, it'll generally be the mass media that speak negatively about cryptocurrency. Now, if you look if you look at why these companies are doing it, you can understand why. There was a thing the other day about talking about why banks are going to stop allowing the deposit and withdrawal to cryptocurrencies, to exchanges, so that people, makes it more difficult to trade. That makes sense. Why would a bank want to support cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrencies are going to decimate banks. Now, I don't have a very high opinion of banks. I think they are, by their very nature, that a lot of them are very corrupt. And if you look at the way the whole system is set up, it's very unfair. Cryptocurrency can address a lot of those problems, and they realize that their whole livelihood is threatened. So it makes sense for them to come out and say, well, we don't think it's safe, we're going to stop deposits and withdrawals. But again, I believe in cryptocurrency, and the facts are that it is here to stay. Like, if you look at a lot of the news stories as well, again, the ones that are facts, if you look on, I've looked at a lot of discussions on Reddit, and you've got things like governments actually building places to mine currency. You've got governments and companies hiring engineers to develop their own blockchain, their own cryptocurrency, or to see how they can incorporate a certain cryptocurrency into their business. They're developing payment systems. They're There's companies like Steam, digital payments would be perfect for them. Even a company like PayPal eventually is going to have to embrace digital currency. You know, I saw the other day, someone posted this online, and I saw it that they posted some job advertisements, and one was for Visa. Visa was advertising for a blockchain engineer. And that means that eventually Visa, MasterCard, and all these companies will be accepting cryptocurrency. When that happens, when you can start making payments in a lot more places using digital currency, well, the prices of all these stocks, if you call them, but really the price of all these coins, all these digital currencies, they're going to go up. So really, I mean, just to summarize what I'm trying to say in this video is, again, I believe in cryptocurrency, and it does, if you look at all the news, yes, there's negative press, but if you look at historically what's happened with Bitcoin and other digital currencies, as soon as the price drops by even, you know, just a little bit, they start talking about bubbles, they start talking about all the problems associated, it's not secure and all these things. And then when it goes up, they start saying, well, it's going to crash, it's a bubble, people are just speculating, things like that. There's a lot of negativity, and I think if you start looking at the facts and just look at what this technology can do as far as how it's going to change payment systems and investing and all this, I believe in it, and I think it's here to stay. So a lot of you guys might not know much about all this, but what I would say is, you will, if you look at, you know, interviews on CNN and BBC and The Guardian, all these different, Fox News, all these different places, I would suspect that 99% of the coverage of Bitcoin and other digital currencies are negative. But look behind that, look at why they are saying negative things, but also look at the technology. Look at why it's here to stay, and look at why governments, corporations, individuals, and everyone is wanting to get a piece of this. It's because it makes sense. So I'd love to hear your view on all of this. I'd love to hear your opinion on this and what you think about this, but I would say that there's a lot of things to be worked out in the digital currency world. I think it needs to be regulated. I think it, you know, to be accepted by governments, by countries. I think it needs to be controlled in some way, you know, just to make it, you know, popular with the masses. But what I strongly believe, the Bitcoin price could go down even more this year, or it could go way up. But I think long term, digital currency is here to stay. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. If you look at the technology, if you look at what this can do, it's here to stay. And when you accept that, this is here to stay, and when you look at what it can do, well, you start looking at these stories in a different light, and you start looking at, well, why is this big bank not wanting to support Bitcoin? Well, would you want to support Bitcoin if this was going to hurt your business? Of course you wouldn't. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Please do leave a comment below or on Rise Forums. I'd love to hear what you think about this, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care.